Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, Keeping Up with Kia P, and I am your girl Kia P, aka Kia the Crafter, and we are here to craft up another project with you guys. Yay! So it's been a minute, like just a couple minutes before I made a video. Been waiting on supplies to come. Yeah, issues with my resin. I don't know what had happened, but nevertheless, we had an issue with the resin coming. So I've been out of resin, and finally somebody made an order, so I had to go buy some from the store. And you guys know I hate to do that, but nevertheless, we are here to do this project, and so we're gonna get started. But before we do, make sure you hit that subscribe button below, hit the thumbs up notification so that you can be notified when we upload new content, which we do at least once every week or every other week, but you will constantly see a video here on something. Okay, so with no more further ado, let's take you down so you can see what we're working on. All right, so what we have today is our large resin notebooks. I have a customer who placed an order for 2 of them, and so we're going to start with the first one. She wanted one in yellow and one in purple. So we're going to start with the yellow one because I have an idea of what I want to do with the yellow. And this time we are using, because I had to go to the store, this is the part A, part B, and it's Envirotech Light. Not my first choice, not even the one I pick up when I go to the store, but they was out of my regular one I pick up from Joann's, and so gotta work with what you gotta work with to get this money out, right? So what we're gonna do is go ahead and pour 2 ounces of the A. Normally I would have the resin ready, and yeah, that's 2 ounces of A. Actually I need 3, so wrong cup. Yeah, let's put it in this one. We're gonna put it in this other one because the measures is better. This is if I just want to do a straight 2 and like 2, 4, 6, 8 ounces. I need at least 6. Oh, really? At least 3 ounces, 6 ounces total to start the base of the resin notebook. This is the real large one. Okay, you have the 6A, 5A, and this is the 4A, which is the 8.5 by, I want to say 11.5 or 12. It's a little bit bigger than regular paper because it holds regular paper on the inside. So it's bigger than 8.5. I want to say it is 9 by 11. I'll try to get the measurements and put it in the description box below. But nevertheless, it's the large one that holds regular size paper. Okay. You can use it as a notebook binder. A little bit of everything. So I use them as journals, customized little journals. I put my inserts in, and I create my own pages and print them, design them, print them out, and yeah, I'll show y'all the complete project with how I put the journals together. I'll give you a little light if I can on how I design the pages, but for the most part we're gonna just make sure we get the pouring done. Okay, so that is 2 ounces. I need 3. 3 ounces here. And now I'm super excited because I found out my son is having a daughter So this will be my first grandbaby girl, y'all. I'm gonna be crafting so much stuff for her. I'm super excited. Super excited about that. So I get my first three grand boys. So this will be my first granddaughter, and I'm super excited about it. So I'm stirring and gonna mix this up as we always do. And so I'm not gonna make you guys watch that. Hold on one tight. Okay, we are back, and I have I ended up making an extra 2 ounces, so a total of 8 ounces of resin, and I've split them into 4s. 4 here, 4 there, because we're going to use 2 separate colors. One color, I want to just add clear and this real pretty hollow glitter. I think that'll be pretty with a yellow. No, it's this one, wrong one. That's an orange color. See how they close, but one is kind of an orangey and this one is like a gold. So this is the one I'm going to use, the gold one. Also throw these little hollow butterflies in there. And so we're going to make one mixture that has the gold glitter, hollow glitter in it. I'm going to bring it closer so you guys can see it. Go in there. Hold on. Get it closer. Okay, I think you can see it. So that's the glitter. I'm going to do the butterflies also in there. Little hollow butterflies sprinkled there, here and there, here and there. Because she won't yellow, so I'm going to just make it yellow and a see-through yellow, and then a yellow with glitter added. So we're going to add about 4 or 5 dots of the alcohol inks. I think I'm gonna put this bright yellow flaky stuff in here too. I haven't even opened these. This is like a large chunky yellow glitter, and it's bright. So she'll have like a different array of yellow. And we're gonna just add just a little bit to that. Oh yeah, that brightens that up. Yeah, I like that. And we're gonna stir that all up. And that should give us like this see-through-y yellow tone type of mixture. And I think I want to put some more of that bright yellow glitter in there, because it's not really showing up a lot, but I just want to make sure I see it in there. There we go. That looks a little better. So it's giving you that. I'm gonna bring it a little bit closer. So not too much, but you got some butterflies, you have chunky glitter, regular gold glitter in there, and then we're gonna do, let me get this piece of glitter out of here, because we don't want to mix it in there. So I think I want to do a solid yellow. So I'm going to use a dab of that white. And then I'm going to take the alcohol ink and I'm going to put two dabs of yellow in there. Let's see what that gives us first. And we're going to stir this up. This should give us a more opaque, meaning it can't be seen through as much. So it's more of an opaque, soft, real like, it's not. I'm going to stir that up really, really good. And I'm seeing this across the bottom in my, just in my mind. I think I'm going to put two more in there. So 4 total. Just to get it a little bit more yellowish. Yeah, that's like a nice butter yellow color, soft and pretty. Now we can do this too. We could do the bottom top or diagonal. A little bit here, you know, stripe it through, and then put the wording on there. I'm trying to think of how I want to do it. Yeah, it's gonna show. Okay, I'm ready. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go butter on the bottom. And I try to keep it like mid, right above that middle part where you put the binder hook in. I'll take it up about that far. And this I fill it in. I'm making sure I'm getting across these edges. I'm gonna go ahead and, well, let's see who needs what. So let's see who needs what, and then we'll use the last little bit to fill up whatever areas we need to fill with this yellow. I'm using a makeup spatula from the Dollar Tree. They work great for these projects. And so what I might have to do is scoop this down some and fill it. So I need to make sure that this bottom part is good and solid in color. So I'm just gonna move some of it down move it down a little bit, half a fourth of an inch, and put it in the bottom. I'm scraping what's on my brush or what's on my spatula back in the cup because I still had a little bit left. And then I'll fill in these weak spots. And that's the beauty of the silicone up against silicone, because you see how it's just scraping it right into place for me. And you don't even know. So I might have just took it up a little bit too far, just to kind of make sure that this side looks pretty good though. And then what's left, like I said, I'll come back in and I'll fill it from the bottom up. But the main thing is just to make sure that it's a nice solid color at the bottom. We're going to put a top coat on it that's going to thicken it up and make it pretty, all that good stuff. But you want to make sure when you're doing color that your base is nice and covered. I mean, this is just a little transparent because I can see the silhouette of the tape from the paper through it. So it's not like all the way opaque. I could have put a little bit more white in here, and then that would have made it where it wouldn't have been see-through at all. But I didn't really want it like super opaque. I just want color, if that makes sense. It's going to have a page in between it and anything else. So that looks pretty good. And what I'm going to do is come back with my stick and just fill in any little area that's look like it's void or just kind of need a little extra love. Scrape. And I want to make sure I'm fair. So if I do it to one side, I got to do it for the other. Especially along these corners and edges where the binder can tend to get a little thin sometimes if you're not paying attention to the edges. So you want to make sure you're getting your color. And you can move this back up once you get your bottom and everything nice and filled and your color nice and set. When you pour the second color, I'll show you how to move it back. If you want to move it back up, and you just want to make sure we're scraping everything around. Thank you guys so much for watching, all the support, comments, whatnot. I got some stuff coming. I'm just trying to, I had to figure out the rules and stuff. Because I thought I could just get on here and do it, but not on YouTube. YouTube has rules and regulations, so I have some stuff coming. I plan to launch this next video, and so yeah, not this one, but it should be the next one coming. I just had to put it on pause before I finished it, because again, I had to learn that YouTube have rules I have to follow as a creator, which is, I didn't know, because again, I'm new to all of this, and I thank y'all so much for the subscribers that I have and all of the comments and the just everything that you guys contribute and say and help me with. I really appreciate it, y'all. YouTube, this community is everything to me. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys to the fullest. Like, you just have no idea how happy I am to be part of your world and you part of mine. So I appreciate that. I'm a people person. So yeah, I really, really appreciate each and every one of you, okay? So now what I'm about to do, I'm going to start from the top and work my way down with the other color. And then we're going to meet them in the middle, okay? So I'm going to start. Oh, that's pretty. It's even prettier. Oh my gosh. I'm so in love. making sure I get it along those edges. That's the main important part. Oh, this is so pretty. I'm gonna make sure I got enough for this side. Oh my goodness, guys. This is more of an emotional journal, so I guess that's why yellow was chosen as for the color, because yellow just makes you feel bright. It's a very bright color. We might have to mix up some more. Y'all, this is super pretty. This is so pretty. And the glitters came out perfect. And I think I'm a little bit worried about my lettering that I chose for this project showing up, but I think we're gonna be okay. Okay, I'm gonna just use all of this so that these voids, this will give me a little bit more here, because we can, again, we're gonna move it. We're gonna move them closer to each other. I just gotta make sure I'm getting everything out of here. I'm even scraping so hard so I can, the glitter that's in it don't stick too bad, because these cups, it's like once you got glitter in them, they are super hard to get out. So I'm trying to get as much of it as I can. But I'm pleased already. I'm already happy with this. This yellow, it's even giving me life. Like, it's giving me life. This is gonna be so pretty. OMG. Okay, so while that's sitting for a brief moment, I'm gonna wipe this cup out with this paper towel, trying to get as much of this out as quickly as I can, because I don't wanna, this is a brand new cup, and both of them are, so we just wanna make sure we're getting as much as the glitter out, if not all of it, while it's still kind of wet. Then I'm coming back with my white, and y'all, these Dollar Tree adult wipes, if you have a Dollar Tree, these are amazing. They are amazing. Modest Basic adult, the adult ones, because yeah, I love them. Like, the glitter is coming right out. And that's what I want, 'cause, yeah. And I have a bowl, a cup that I use. I don't know why I didn't grab it, but that's okay. Because that's giving the bubbles time enough to come to the surface. And then we can begin to move it. That bright yellow glitter is a booger. Okay, I'm still got a little bit left. I'm coming. So I'm trying to get as much as I can of it out. But yeah, make sure you clean up like right away. Most of it. It's just kind of, I'm learning to keep, just to make for the duration of your cups and the investment, so you don't have to keep buying them. If you have the washable ones or reusable ones, clean them up right away. Paper towel wipe first, then come back with your baby wipe or adult wipe. I like the adult wipes because they're bigger, and I love these things. Okay, you get less in the pack, but you can cut them in half. All cleaned out. No glitter. See? Nice and clean. Alright, so our next step is going to be, let's smooth and blend together. See, it's already blending there. We'll go ahead and start blending that. And it's just bringing some of it down. Some of it down. Down. Y'all, this is so pretty. And once you kind of glaze them together, bring that up a little bit, down, up, just kind of mix them right there. They'll go, once they touch, they'll even out. It'll start to even out. We need this to be all one nice color. Y'all, this is so pretty. Y'all see that? Gorgeous. This is a yellow. And so by me filling it a lot up here, I can just kind of move it down and just smooth it across and down into each other. Take that, smooth it up. Smooth it back down. That is so pretty. So pretty. And I'm just bringing this over towards the middle. Check it against the light to see where you could possibly move some a little bit so that it's nice and even. Like I can look at it and tell where I can move some of this inward to keep other areas from looking shallow. And how you check that is to look at it against the light. That means like you might have to get down here, look, and check around, making sure that everything is nice and as even as can possibly be. That it's looking like it's leveled. Okay, that looks good. That looks really good. Okay, I see something in my resin here, a little black piece. I don't know where it came from. I'm gonna get that out. I'm excited. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is get the remaining of my bubbles. As you can see, I'm gonna bring you a little bit closer. I'm gonna try to give me a second and keep this. Okay, that didn't work. It cut us out, so but I brought you down just a little bit more so you can see. But it has a couple of little bubbles, so we're gonna go here and clear them out with our little torch. And this is a small one because I'm scared of the real big ones personally. And I got this from, it's refillable. I got it from Academy. It was like $5. And it has a little refill area for you. It works perfect. It's very strong, powerful, durable. Because one that I spent a nice about $15 on it, it went out and just stopped working. So I was like, oh, let me find something. I found these a little cheaper. Went and got one just to kind of get me over and finish a project. And I was like, I like these little things. So I went and got another one. And both of them is still working. Inexpensive. Don't have to spend a lot of money. You know, we crafting on a budget always. Donations is always welcome here. Everything I do, molds, materials, everything is out of pocket. I have no sponsors, nothing like that, no affiliates yet, anything under that. Everything is totally out of my pocket that I do and bring to this channel. So please, if you so kind, please donate. I have a way, but wait until the next video, because trust me, your donations will help you. I have a little sequence right there. It was out of place. And something black right here. I don't know where that came from. That's a piece of glitter or what? And I'm just running it over it. We're going to pop this in the resin heater oven, dryer, resin dryer oven, whatever. When I say oven, they be thinking my real oven. No. It's a resin oven. And when I say this thing is amazing, it helps. It cuts down your dry time to like 90 minutes. And you can, you know, decorate your prop. Just keep moving instead of waiting a whole day. If I didn't have the oven, I would have to wait hours, or at least 24 hours. I would have to wait at least 12 hours to put the embellishments on here. And then I would have to wait pour the top on and wait a whole nother day. So that what could be done in a couple of hours, or what would take you a couple of days to complete, you can do it in a couple of hours, right? Totally cured and completed in a couple of hours with this resin dryer. Okay, remember that all of my resin crafters, especially if you plan on doing this as a little side hustle job, crafting, selling your stuff, you don't have a resin dryer, wait till the next video. Wait till this next video. I had to figure out, you know, again, YouTube has rules, so I had to figure out a way. But half of it is done. I just got to follow the rules of YouTube, and I'm coming with this video, okay? So if you see this video and you want to donate, don't. Wait till the next one, okay? Where your donation will really help you, okay? All right. I promise it's going to be dope. You're going to be like, I love it, I love it. This is looking just a little thin over in this corner. Like it needs some more yellow, so I'm going to do just that and add that over there. And I don't know if it's because it's like, seem like it's moving towards the middle, but have no fear. That's why we pay attention to your crafts as you are crafted. Do not take your crafts for granted. Like, oh, even when you pop them in, even when I pop it in the oven, I have to make sure that I'm constantly checking to make sure everything is, especially if you have stones or things like that, because the resin, as it cures, it moves. You don't see it moving, but it does. It moves towards the center and cure. So however I pour it, it's gonna move and cure towards the center. This will stay in place, but as the stones is on something, as it move, yeah. This is super pretty. Y'all, I'm loving this. This is giving me all kind of life vibes. And I'm just, again, getting the bubbles out. Okay. That looks really good. These are just tiny micros that I'm seeing popping as I continue to rub my heat over it. These are like tiny micro little bubbles that I'm seeing. And so I'm just making sure everything is good and on point. Then we're going to get ready to pop it in there. Right? And stay tuned. We're going to come back and decorate it, put our top coat on, fill it, and you'll see a completed journal. Okay? Sit tight. Alright, guys. We are back. I pulled them out of the resin oven. They are cured. But as you can see, I have a void right here. I'm going to move my camera so you can see it. little small void. So I'm gonna show you how to fix that. If you have to do a top layer, it's easy to fix. If you do this, you're gonna have to do another layer on top for it to blend in, okay? But I'm gonna stir up. I made 2 ounces. I'm not worried about the edges that, you know, is on there. We can clip that off, and I'll show y'all that when I clean it up. Told you the resin moves, so you want to make sure, again, everything is good. And I'm just stirring up again these 2 ounces, and I'm gonna put them right in that void. Stirring away. Making sure I wipe along my sides. Normally I will let my resin sit. If I already have my what I want to do, I'll let my resin sit. So it give it time for the bubbles to come to the top. And then hit it with the heat gun before I pour it, just to kind of keep the bubbles out of the way. And you're dealing with, especially this product, I guess, because it do have bubbles in it. But this is what I needed to get this project completed and done. Okay, so that's mixed up pretty good for 2 ounces. We're going to go ahead and do it just like we did it before. We're going to put our glitter in there. Add the glitter to it. Add our butterflies. Our little butterflies to it. Some yellow glitter. This glitter is like super, it do not be wanting to come out. And then I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 squirts of, I don't even know which one, of the dandelion. I think that's what it's called. And we're gonna pour that in there. Come on back. Because it's spilled in there, and so yeah. Otherwise it'd have been perfect. I could have moved on, but that's all right. And that was not the oven. It was totally me. Totally me. I don't know what. Oh, that's all resin. Okay, we'll dry it up on there. All right. So here we go. And I'm just gonna fill that in and spread it till it blends. Just like that. See that? And just spread it till it blends in. It's gonna have some variations, that's okay. Because we gonna do what we need to do. So I got a little bit more than what I needed. It's okay, we'll just pour it. And then I can put a little bit in this other one. And we're gonna put them right back in there. And I'm gonna blend it on out. I'm blending it with the wrong thing, matter of fact, to get it smoother. Because that middle, where that void is, you want to make sure it's filled. I'm just putting it in there, making sure where it's light. And blend it down. Now when you put that top coat on this, you're not even going to be able to see anything. You ain't going to even notice that it was even there. That's the beauty of resin. Okay, it's a little light, like right over in here, so I'm just going to give it just a little bit. I don't know what I'm going to do with this little bit of resin. Either like right up in there, just a little light. I'm just going to make sure that we can blend it down. I don't have too much over here. So I'm going to blend it out. Come back, make sure where it's light, or the area that I'm really trying to fill up is filled. And voila. Now I got a little bit left over. And so, what can I make? This little bit. I can do maybe a little shot glass. Here we'll just add this as a little gift. So while she is journaling, she can sip a little something if she wants. A little shot of tequila. Shot of tequila. She have a little shot. We'll fill it up with the clear when we're done, and yeah, that'll just kind of be a cute little bonus. Cute little bonus for her. Okay, so as you can see, we back to square one. So we're gonna pop it back in the oven. Or in the dryer, or whatever it's called. I think it's called a dryer. Pop it back in the resin dryer and come back and decorate it. So we got another 90 minutes to go. But as you see, the areas that I didn't put, they're solid. And as it sits, it gets harder and harder and harder until it's completely hard. It still needs to kind of gel for that 24-hour period, but it just cures it faster. So you can go into your decorations or embellishments or whatever you're going to use, get that finished, and then just let it sit. And then you can demold these right away. Like I could demold it and set it on some parchment paper or whatever, and go ahead and pour my next project. So soon as they cure, I may let them sit for maybe an hour, and then you can demold. I've literally made one at about 3 a.m. Let it sit to about 6 a.m. Took it to the fair. We started the fair at 11 and sold it. It was gone, ready to go. So all in one day. So, you know, it's really a game changer. Again, I can't stress that enough. Okay. And we back clean. So that's what I was doing, cleaning that. While I was cleaning it, again, we gotta go back, get the bubbles out. Again, what's left from that new pour, and just go over the areas that you put resin on, okay? Let's go over the areas you put the resin on. I really hate that I had that back so far that it dripped over like that. So I'm gonna make sure I put this in a little bit different. This next time. All right. We don't need to do much because, again, we just filling a void. And that's it. I'm going to pop it back in there. And I'll come back and we'll get it designed. I got a butterfly stuck right there and some resin. Okay. That's from my gloves. All right. All right. Hold tight. Okay guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope that you have hit that subscribe button below and you have gave me some thumbs up thus far on this video. And I'm going to show you how I create the names and my little wording for my journals, okay? So I come to my computer. Sorry, I had to eat a cookie. I'm so sorry. I had to come to my computer. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to bring it as close as I can because I know, like, you can only see so much. And I need for my computer to stay with me. Okay, so I'm going to bring it as close as I can. Give you the best view I can. Okay, so that looks like you can see that pretty good. Okay, so if you have a Cricut, any Cricut machine, which I have the Cricut Joy, it's the smallest one. Okay, it's very, you'll see it in a minute. Okay, I'm going to go into Cricut Design Space. So I'm going to click my Cricut Design Space tool, which I've already had it open. So it will come open. I will go to New Project, click that, and you'll get this grid. As you can see, I've already made her lettering that I wanted to do, but I'm just going to show y'all how to do that real quick and simple. So just act like it's nothing here. I'm going to click on the T and it says text on the side. I'm going to type in whatever I want to type there and click out of it and move it out. I typed in text, and that's how I can go up here to fonts and make any fonts, make it any kind of font that I want. I can upload fonts and use those. So just say we want to try, go to my fonts, and then if you like certain fonts that Cricut has, you can store them into your fonts, download them into your fonts, and they'll come up. So if I wanted to use any one of these, I would just click on it, wait a minute, and it'll change it to any font that you want. And you can also upload fonts, like I said. So we have text there, okay? So just say that'll be like the regular one here. But just say I wanted to double layer, which what I have done here. So what will happen is one will fit on top of the other, right? And that'll give me that background. So what I'm going to do is show you how I did this. So, and just to make sure that they are the right size, everything line up perfectly. So I will take the word text, which I have here, right? And what I would do right here, you're going to have a lock button or unlock button. You're going to unlock it, right? And so then from there, I'm going to, let me click back on it. I'm going to hit the duplicate button here and duplicate it. And I only need to do it once. I'm going to duplicate it, which that's what I've done, and pull that to the side. So this is going to be my original layer. This is the layer I'm going to build up as my outline layer, okay? So I'm going to unlock it, and then I'm going to double click that, right? Then I'm going to take that extra one, I'm going to unlock it, take that extra one, and then I'm going to line it up right with the original, right with the second one, or right on top of there, giving it a little extra room to the side. So it's going to make it seem like it's thicker, okay? And then unclick it, select it, but we just want, we just want, and I mean, you have to play around with it, because you're going to double click it again. You're going to click it again. So you just kind of want to give it just a little space. Not too much, but just a little. Select it, unlock it again, and then weld it at the bottom or either at the top. Weld it together, and now it's just one set word. It's thicker, but it's not thick enough for the outline that we would want. So what I would do is repeat that same process over. Now it's 2 layer. We're going to select it, duplicate it. That's going to give me a thicker one. That's going to give me another 2 layer, which is going to make that thicker. And I'm going to offset that to the side. Like so. Unlock it. Select it. Unlock it again, and then weld it. And then that's going to make it one set text. So I'm going to do it one more time. Select it, unlock it, duplicate it, unlock the new one, line it up. It's going to make it even thicker. Line it up just a little bit. Offset it just a hair. Select it, unlock it again, and then weld it. Okay, weld. And then I'm going to turn this red just so you can see what I've done. I'm going to turn it red. Okay, now I'm going to take this original and set it on top. So I'm going to select it, alignment. I think that's how you... Is it alignment? Arrange. Arrange. You're going to hit the arrange button. You're going to move it. Send it to front. Send it to front. And then, boom. You can check it. And then that gives us the double layer. It's got the red outside. Now, I probably would double layer this again. Just so that it would give it an additional little thicker layer, just a little bit. Unlock it, weld it, now weld them all together. Now move it, move this to front, Again, align center front, and then put it back on top, and that gave it extra, and that's gonna be perfect. So you'll have a red outline, and you just keep building it up until you have enough outline that you are comfortable with. Okay, so that's what I did there. I can delete those. So we have the black, the regular wording, and then I think I double layered this a little bit, but I do want to double it up again to make it just a little bit thicker. So I'm gonna duplicate it, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna make it just a little bit thicker, because I want it just a little thicker. Boom. And then I'm going to select it. Uh-oh, hold on. We did something. We let it go too fast. Okay. Just a hair. Boom. Select it, unlock it, and weld it. And see, that just made that thicker. I'm waiting on it to reset. Okay, and we is weld together. Okay, so that made that thicker. That's thick, and then that's our yellow. So now we're gonna go to make it. Click make it. We're gonna prepare the mats. We're gonna do it on a mat. Continue. And then the first one is giving us is the yellow, which is the small mat. And then I had to resurface my mat. That's okay, because that's what you have to do. And so I have my mat, the small one here, Cricut mat, Cricut Joy, and the yellow iridescent paper that I want to use. So I'm going to scoot this back a little bit so I can have some working space. And then I'm going to bring this back a little bit so you guys can kind of see. And I'm going to lay my paper down, line it up with the very top, and then lay it down. Take my little braider here, rub it down so that it will stick to the mat. And then we're going to go ahead with and click continue. We got the mat prepared. What it's doing now is it is connecting to the Joy. It is asking me to select my materials. I'm just going to use Smart Permanent. And then we're going to load. It's telling me to load it up. So I'm going to load it into the machine, which is right here. The Cricut Joy is very small. You see it sit right here on my desk. This is its permanent home. It's here all the time. So what it did was it measured the material to make sure I had enough. It's telling me to click go. It's telling me to click go, so I'm going to click go here. And then it's going to start cutting. And it's preparing it right now. And it's going to start cutting out the word that I needed to cut out. It only takes a few minutes. And so what I'm doing now is preparing my next sheet of paper, which is the black. to be cut. Hold tight while that's cutting. Okay, it's finished and complete. So I'm gonna pull it out and get ready to weed it. So I'm gonna turn my mat over and pull the paper from the back. Put my paper back on it. And get ready for the next two. And do the same permanent edit. Done. Now let's go back. Cancel. Yes, because I want to be able to select the mat size, because I'm going to use the longer mat, and I hopefully can put both of these, and I guess I cannot put them both on the same mat. Nope, I don't think so. It's not making that an option. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is cut both of those on the small mat. Since we already had it out, we're gonna cut it on the small one. So I'm gonna load the paper up again. This is a glitter, a thin glitter, but it needs a strong, grip to unweed it. I mean, to transfer it. Strong grip transfer tape to transfer it to the next project. So I'm just trying to get it lined up nice and straight, because that is super important. And that should be okay. So what I'm going to do is move this more to the top middle. Like right there. Okay. We're going to click continue. It is asking about Smart Vinyl Shimmer. It's telling me to load the mat up. I'm going to load the mat. It's checking to make sure I got enough material to cut it. Longer mat required. Okay, so unload it. Unload. Okay, I'm trying to get it to connect, so it will unload it. Give me 1 second. Okay, we had to wait and re-upload it to be able to unload it. We are unloaded now, so let's go to shimmer, and we're gonna do the second cut. So it say load the mat. Thank y'all for y'all patience. We loading the mat. I want to edit. I just saw something. So cancel it out. Yes. I just want to move it down some and over, so it's not right on the edge of the paper. Okay. Shimmer paper, load it up. And so it lines the mat up and the paper. I'm gonna click go, and that should start cutting. And so now it's cutting that. While that's cutting, I'm gonna unweed this paper here. And just pull off the excess. I'm gonna weed out the middle, all the little areas that need to be weeded out. I'm gonna weed those out. And here is my little trash thing. Compartment. And then there you have it. You see how it's kind of hollow, the holographic paper. That's going to be really pretty up against that black. So that's that. We're waiting for the other lettering to get finished, and we will be all set and ready to go to the next step. So hold tight. Still cutting. We are at 30%. Still cutting, 45%. I'm going to go ahead and prepare my strong grip transfer tape. I do like the strong grip. Because it just kind of it picks up really good. And I don't have to work as hard. We have 56%. So I'm going to just go ahead and cut out a piece of this. Kind of measure it up against the mat. So this is about 12 inches, so half, I'll put us at about 6 inches. So I'm gonna cut it into half, giving me 2 6-inch sheets, like so. Transfer tape. And we're gonna get ready. We're at 80% on this cut. And then we'll weed that, and then we got one more cut and we all set to go to the next part. And that's just to design the cover. And it does is sometimes it just stop towards the end. We're at 96%. So we're almost there. And it'll start back up. So no franticking. Alright, so it's giving me that. I'm gonna click unload. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna peel. Softly. Peel my paper up. Softly. You just never know. Come on. This middle part, I'm trying not to leave nothing behind. All right, I thought we were good. This is becoming a booger, and I might have to use this that I already have. I don't know, because I go from one end and it just picks up from another. Okay. Ooh, that's gonna be hard to weed. It cut right, y'all see that? It cut right through it. I think I had the wrong paper settings. Nevertheless, that's what it would look like. Okay, so we have that, and that's what it would look like. Let me get these couple of little shards off. I just put some tacking on here, so, and yeah, and I'm just trying to get this paper that was left. We're gonna go ahead and go for the next part. All right, so the next one, I'm just gonna do smart vinyl. Let's see how this print, because that came out real. I don't know if I like it, but we gonna see with this one. I don't even think I want to try to weed it. because I just know it's not gonna work. It might, but yeah, the eye and things is gone. I don't know where it's at. So that's the number one. I can make an eye, so it's not a really big deal. Okay, that came out okay. The God came out alright, even though that's where it was. Okay, it came out okay. I thought it was a little funky, but it came out alright. I'm just missing the eye and then the God part that G was. Okay, it came out alright. So I could still transfer that. Compared to that, I don't know if that's thicker or kind of the same. They look kind of the same. This look just a smidgen thicker, not much, but a smidgen. So let's see how this came out. Fudge. Okay. Get that off. Put our paper back on. Fudge, please stop. All right, and so that came out good. So we ready to rock and roll. We're ready to move on. Okay, I don't think yeah, it comes out. That Q comes out. The Q in the middle. And you can hold it up to a light. Some people use a light box to kind of see where you pull the little, you know, cuts out at. I just hold it up to the light if I get a little distracted or can't tell what supposed to come out. This did good. Is that the right one? Is that the right one? I don't think that's the right one. And it's not. Okay. So we got to make another cut. And this is trial and error because it's supposed to be that one. So we'll keep that. I probably could, but no, it's not going to look like I want it to look. Hold tight. Okay. We back. My dryer. And we are finished. I have to go back and print the right one. So we have it now. That's all I need. That's my background. All right, so we're gonna transfer our base first, which is gonna be the glitter black. It's my transfer tape. Here's my transfer tape. Sorry about that. Just gonna keep doing it till I go get it, and I'm not about to stop. So I'm gonna place that right there. Scrape over it. And I want to make sure I got all of this tape off, and all of it didn't come, it broke. So I'm just going to kind of put that right there, so it'll be all one piece. Then I'm gonna lift it up, and let's see if it's gonna come right off. I love the strong grip. So that's one. That's gonna be our bottom. And then I'll be able to come back and use the strong grip for the last part. Let me go a little bit slower so I'll make sure I get the whole piece this time. Okay, so the dryer is completely done. It shut all the way off. Good. No more buzzing. We're gonna do the same thing here. And strong grip is good to have for your textured papers. It comes right up. No problem. All right, we ready to rock and roll. We walking over to the other set. Hold tight. All right, guys, so we are back at our resin molds that we poured, the cover and the back. We're going to go ahead and start our designing. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. And make sure to share the video on your page if you will be so kind. So I have my first one, which is our wording. I used the one that I first had because it was wider. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place that kind of in the center, eyeballing it. Place it down. It is going to be so pretty. Oh my goodness, y'all. This is so cute. Every layer that you do is going to just give your project, take your time. Give your project that much more life every step of the way. This is so pretty. Oh, that came out gorgeous. Y'all see that? It looks so nice up against that yellow. So I'm going to use that same transfer tape and I'm going to put it on top of the yellow part so we can get ready to scrape that up when it's time. This is our black Angelique. Remember I told you I'm going to mirror her name. So I'm going to set that right there. Press that down. That's the bottom part. So that is the first. I thought I tore it, but I forgot this one was already kind of like apart from each other. So I'm just gonna place that corner right there, and then turn it upside down and set it to the side. So we have the bottom part. Now we're going to mirror this one, and I'm just gonna take my fingernails and see if I can scrape that across, and that the end of my, because I don't feel like walking away to get anything else. So let's see if it's strong enough to pull it. And it is, no problem. I love the strong grip. It gives me no problem whatsoever. So what I'm going to do is mirror that right on top. Line it up where I want it and place it down. Making sure all of her letters have an outline, which they do. Oh, that's pretty. And that just kind of 3D, give it like a little slight 3D effect. So it looks like it's coming off. And then it's iridescent too. So now I just gotta get it off of here. So I'm probably gonna scrape across the top so that it'll stick onto the glitter paper. Nope, it's not sticking. Okay. Hold tight. Okay, so I gotta work really, really slowly and patiently to get this up. So I don't want you guys to be like stuck here watching me work with this. So I will bring the video back again once I get the wording on here, because it's taken. It's definitely a task. Okay, so hold tight. Okay, finally we got everything off. That was a booger. I think it was because the bottom is the glitter paper and it's hard for the top part to stick to it, but nevertheless, just a little patience time, we was able to get it off, and that is how that looks so far. We're going to add a couple of embellishments to it, and then we're going to go ahead and put a layer of resin on top. Pop it in the resin oven and go from there. So what I want to do is I bought these little gold hearts. So I'm going to place some of these. My camera is about to go low. So I'm going to place some of these around it. Of course, I'm going to place one on the back, always giving it some type of symmetry. I'll do maybe 3 of these down the back. I'm going to put the gold hearts throughout the front, giving it some symmetry. So, and then I'm gonna pour my resin on top. Pour the resin on top, put a couple of rhinestones throughout, and that is going to be it. So I'm gonna go ahead and prepare some resin and come back and show you guys the how I do the pages, and then we'll go from there. So sit tight. All right, guys, I am back with my resin. I've stirred up a little bit. It has been sitting for a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and knock some of these bubbles out. That's on top, just so that I have less to knock out when I pour it. Just a little bit. And we're gonna go ahead and pour the top part. This is the final part. This is 8 ounces. I'm hoping I won't need all of it, but I'd rather just went on and poured 8 ounces than not. Spread that with my little spatula here, making sure we're getting it all the way in the corners, edges, all the way up along the edges. Once you get it touching, it'll level itself out. You just want to make sure it's getting to where it needs to get. Making sure we I got a lot of great projects, ideas have come to mind, so make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. We are almost at 2K, 2,000 followers. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So thank you all so much for watching, sharing, all of that good stuff. And then you just want to make sure that you are filling in the middle. Anywhere where you have light areas, go ahead and make sure it is enough resin in those areas. And you can check it against the light. That's how you check it. And if you have just a little bit of overflow, that's fine. I'll show you how to cut that out and make that nice and smooth. So don't worry about that. The main thing is to make sure that everything is covered and full where it's supposed to be. Okay, and that's a lot. That turned out to be a lot. And because I know that this end was a little light, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it around this way and let that come down, because I'm working against my table. I know my table is not 100% level, so I'm using that to my advantage so that the resin can level out exactly how I need it to. Okay, that is looking really, really good. Okay, I just hope that when it dries nice and even, like it's looking. All right, so we got that. And I'm bringing some more over here because this just look a little bit shabby in this corner. Maybe not, but we're gonna make sure everything is good, nice and even and level. Okay. All right, moving on to this next one, we're gonna pour the rest with this one. Like I said, I probably don't need all of it. And we're gonna do the same over here. Yep, we're gonna do the same. And I'm just scooting it up to the edge, making sure that it's like it's supposed to be. Pulling it back where it's not. I felt that being over just a smidge. I'm going to bring this out to the edge. You just want to make sure it's to the edge and nice and even all the way, especially along the edges. So this can take a little bit more. The weighted area right there. And like I said, it's going to fill itself up. A little bit left. And that is looking really, really good. Yeah, okay. That is looking really, really good. And so with this last little bit I have left, I'm gonna finish out this little her little cup here. I'm just gonna do the bottom clear. So we have enough left with that. Finish that out. Have to sprinkle in some butterflies. Sprinkle in some butterflies and then set them down. Set them down in there. Just to give it, you know, some little symmetry. And that's pretty much that. We're gonna let this dry. I got a little bit of resin left. I really don't know what I'm gonna do with this, but I will find something to do with it, I'm sure. So I'm gonna torch this down, and then we're gonna come back with the finished product, okay? So sit tight. Thank you. Sit tight. All right, guys. So we are back with our mold here. We are going to get ready to demold it from the mold. Put our back on it so it's pretty sturdy. Pretty hard. I'm gonna go ahead and demold with me. Oh, that's pretty. I really like that. Set them to the side because we're gonna do another one shortly here. And there you have it. We're going to show you how to get the flash off just in case you over pour. Like right here, you may be able to see how it's a little flash there. What I'm going to do is cut it first with my little nippers here along the edges. Real simple. This is like the easiest part because it cuts so easy with these. And these are like some little, I want to say wire, maybe wire cutters, or I call them nippers. And I just cut along this edge here. This is when it over poured a little bit the very first time, and I had to come back and fix it a little bit. So I'm just cleaning up my sides, my edges, so we can get them nice and smooth before we get ready to ship it out. Alright, and that's mostly all of them. And so what I'm going to try to do is take my little debris tool and run it across the edges here. And that smooths some of that sharpness out. without messing it up with a sander. So I'll do like the debris tool. And then this little edge is going to have to be sanded just a little bit because it's just rigid. And that just smooths it out really, really good. You end up with these little curlies, and you can rub your fingers over it. I just try to come along these corners. And do both sides of it. And it's still, again, hasn't even been 24 hours. So it ain't set, but it's hard enough for me to work with. Oh, that looks good. That feels good, except for this little corner down here. And I'm gonna sand that because it's a little ragged. So I got my little sander, and I'm just gonna run it over the ends, over the corners, so I can smooth those. And right here where it just needs to be smoothed out a little bit. Yep, that's all it needed. And I'll wipe it down. And probably right there too. So I'm smoothing out these little corners because they can be sharp. And yep, that's one. Let me do the same to the front. You can hear that snapping, so you know it's pretty hard. And this is, like I said, where it went over the edge a little bit. So I'm just nipping that off. It's a little bit right there. And that's pretty much it. So we're gonna do the same thing. Smooth that out. other side. And that's, you just want to make sure you smoothing everything out. So that nobody's getting cut by you. Nobody's getting hurt or cut by your product. And sometimes when it's glitter, it will be a little bit hard to shear the edges, so just be careful. Like that, because it's glitter right there. So I have to come back and sand it and make sure I get my corners. So I just like to rub my hands across it, making sure everything is okay. I got a little bit on this end here. Just take my file and smooth that out. Okay, get my corners so that they are not sharp. And you can use sandpaper if you like. I just like to be precise and use as minimum as possible. All right, so that's done. Brush all that to the floor. Now, our next step is to make sure our hose is clear, to add the rings to it, the binder rings. Because again, we over poured slightly, so I'm just putting my drill bit in here so I can make sure it's in the middle, otherwise it will do something really funny looking. Make sure it's in the middle and it's tight. Check it. Okay, sounding and looking good. Now this one, this first hole is fine. All I'm doing is checking my holes, right, and going slow. And bringing it back out. Checking my holes, taking it in. that's it. It's just cleaning them out. Same thing with this one. I'm bringing it back out. Be real careful not to drill into your hand. Be real careful not to go too fast because you can crack it if your drill is too strong. But that's pretty much it. And there we have it. Okay, we're going to get ready to put the brackets on. Boxes down. 1, 2, 3. Have our ringlets here. I just like to go ahead and put them together. And these are, they're gonna work just fine because hers have quite a few pages. So I just like to go ahead and put my ringlets in. And there you have it. Then I reopen them. Spread them out. And fill it. So we have everything we're going to fill it with right here. My journal pages will be a totally whole nother tutorial, but I am beautifully and wonderfully made. That would be the first thing that goes in. First insert, she will have a calendar in between here. These are her weekly pages that I've designed for the month with a nice quote. She can stay organized. Here's another divider with some motivational sayings on the back. And this is custom for this particular person. She wanted her mom to have a mindful journal that will keep her, fudge, be quiet, that will keep her, you know, just her mindset positive, focused, feeling accomplished, all of that. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. Then strive for progress, not perfection. Just something to just kind of keep her mental, just keep her focused and on point and intentional for herself. Monthly budgets, sheets with to-do list on the back. Unapologetically dope on purpose. Then she has another quote on the back. Black queen, black woman, Afro queen, powerful, cool, fearless. All these affirmations that will just speak into her spirit. And some writing pages for her to write her own little story. And the last one, which is just artwork, and then live with promise, love with passion, and laugh with pleasure. And then I'll put her little contact sheet on the back for her personal contacts, or her, you know, little personal things that she may want, and she can add as she goes. And that is pretty much the journal. That came out so pretty. That came out pretty. So it'll be a page in the back so that this don't show through. But that just give you an idea how transparent and how clear it is. And our last and final step is to add our band to it. And I put a band on it to keep it closed. Once it dry, it'll wrap around the book, and then that'll be the closure for the book. So that's pretty much how that goes. So what I normally do is I put E6000 on here, but I'm gonna put some I put a dab of E6000. Normally that's all that I put on here, but because I need it to stay in place, I'm gonna also dab it with some hot glue. And then I'm just gonna tack it kind of like in the middle. And that'll just kind of keep it in place until it dries. Everything dries pretty clear. So, and that's the journal. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell right as we upload new contents. I'm going to show you how to do it right here on the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your subscriptions. Thank you for sharing. As always, light and love to each and every one of you, and happy crafting. Catch you on the next one.